Thanks for joining. Welcome to part 4 of assembling the research paper on GPT-4 calibration as a research assistant in economics. In a prior stream, we assembled the methodology statement. Initial draft needs improvement still. And we are continuing to develop the working paper. But before we proceed, probably next we would do the background and introduction. But before we proceed, we need to loop back, because in constructing the methodology statement, I noticed the need for a new flag, a new boolean, a new dummy variable. So we're going to recalculate that. We also had a need for a boolean that we didn't get to. So basically we need 2 new booleans. And that is described in the draft prep notes, the own author flag, and this flag, which is not going to be literally named that, but that's the meaning. So yeah, we'll take care of these 2, and then let's see if we'll get any further. We can basically work to incorporate this entire analysis into the draft. And move the appendices over, I think. So I think we'll do 3 things in this current stream. That is, recalculate some analysis, including a flag that was missed, recalculate the analysis, move some of the notes from notes into the main paper conversation, and then move some notes from this third note source into the markdown notes. So I have this third note source, which is this Google Doc. And we want to get out of that and make sure everything's in the repository. So I think those are the 3 things we'll target. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the fun part, which is the data analysis. And then the drudgery will be on full display later in the stream. I thought, this is so boring, I might not even stream it. But then I thought, well, the point of this is to show people what research is really like. And the truth is that there are substantial periods of boring time. Okay. So first we go to the make to table 2 regressions. Let's walk through this. I might not need to change any of the code. I might just change the CSV. Yeah. Here we are using all of the columns in the expanded CSV. We're using all of the columns except for the excluded columns. So I don't think I need to specify a new column. I just need to add the column to the CSV. So here's the CSV. And I would like to calculate 2 new flags. Let's go over to GPT. Command A, Command X. 3 fingers up on the gesture. Coming over here, consider the following, or the attached CSV. I'd rather not paste it, actually. I think it'll have a little bit better integrity if I attach it this way. Consider the attached CSV. Let's calculate 2 new booleans. 1. Is own author. Or let's call it is participant the author. 2 will be is March GPT model. Ryan says, what are you working on? We are doing some data analysis. And right now we're calculating 2 new columns or features. Booleans in particular, also called dummy variables or flags. Thanks for the follow, Chris. And Why do we want to do this? Is the participant the author? We know there is a bias where people like their own stuff, right? So we want to pull that out of the response. We want to debias the response that way. And whether March is the GPT model is related to, there's a bunch of discussion around like from March to July, GPT-4 performance declined. So we want to pull that effect out of our data as well. Blank says, what's going on here? We are writing a research paper, an academic research paper. By the way, here's the open source repository. Okay, and we're also streaming to YouTube and Twitch, so if you'd like to check the link in the bio, you can see the full screen if you go there. Let me also, I realized that I'm not sharing my, my browser over there. Okay. Arjun, thanks for the follow. So here's the open source repository where we are pull requesting the new research. So here we are. So consider the attached CSV. Let's calculate two new booleans. Blank says, wait, so I'm not the only one who thinks GPT-4 declined the past few months. It declined from March to July. In late November, it got better again. And you're absolutely not the only one. Not only is this is not even just a rumor, there's like actual research on this. And the interesting thing is it depends which metrics you pick. So under some evaluations, it improved from March to July, and under some evaluations, it declined in productivity. So it's going to depend on what tasks you are working in. But it's fairly well established at this point that for a variety of tasks, performance declined. Yeah. Why is that though? The reason it declined in performance, I have no idea. You would have to ask OpenAI what they did. So the reason it declined, I'm not sure. We can speculate. There's various business reasons you might ship a weaker model, but then they might have also thought that they were shipping a stronger model, and they might have just selected the wrong evaluation criteria. Cool. Thanks for being here. Good questions. All right, let's get back to this calculation. Consider the attached CSV. Let's calculate two new booleans. For is the participant author, let's say you should, whatever, I don't need to say it. It's going to do it. It's going to create a Python script that I'll be able to download. For is participant author, utilize this map. We're going to go to my Google Drive here so I can look up who wrote what. Author P. I think the author value is already there. So author will be in red next to topic. So here's topic in blue and then red. So we have BJP. These are the three. BJP. I don't think there are any others of note. So B, J, and P are three participants who also contributed documents. So that's the endogeneity we're trying to extract, the self-preference bias. Oh, there might be one more. What about T? T. You know, I screwed that up. Sorry, J is not in there, but T is. T is. Okay. Participant ID T. how will I map that? Yeah, I think I need to look in my raw responses. So I'm going to have to do this offline because the way that I identify them is through their email address, basically. And you can't see that, but this will be brief. Where is your email? Okay, J is 31, I think. Let's double check on that. Is there a 31? In the main, 31 in the main. Yep, okay. Participant ID. So author B is participant ID 31. Author T is participant ID 29. And author P is participant ID 28. Okay. For is March GPT model, utilize this map. Topic. Macro, the macro topic. Macro health. And so there's the macro topic, and then there is the remote work topic. Okay. And then I'll make a Python script, so I'll commit it here. Make expanded. We already have it here, don't we? So this should do the over under on 6. Participant with econ degree. Nope, that's not good. Here's the GPT likelihood column. So it looks like we don't have configured as code or documented as code the is participant expects GPT variable. Right. Okay, so we will we'll update this to include that, and then also is written by GPT. Is written by GPT. What are you doing, man? What's up, Noah? We're doing some research. Okay, so here's the script. We're copying this. We are making a temp. We're not going to check this in, actually. This will refer to local expanded CSV. And here you can see the maps of interest. Great. So, hey, Clay, what's up? How's it going? Quick reminder, we are streaming to YouTube and Twitch if you'd like to see the full screen. So I'm going to right click, close others. Now I'm going to provide it make expanded. And I'll explain to GPT, now consider the attached main.csv. Expanded.csv is generated from main.csv. I would like to update my script. Expanded.g is generated from main.csv via make expanded.py. I would like to update make expanded.py to include calculation of is participant the author, 2 is March GPT model, 3. And then 3 and 4 are the other two that were already there that we didn't put into the code. Is written by GPT. Participant expects GPT. Any resources for learning code architecture? Yeah, there's grokking the system design interview. And also cracking the system design interview. Is written by GPT. And 4, participant expects GPT. Below is the code for make expanded.py. All right, what I need to explain now is how to calculate these two. Is written by GPT. True when author has value GPT. Participant expects GPT. True when participant assess GPT. Likelihood has value greater than or equal to 6. All right, do your thing, magic machine. Joshua, thanks for the follow. If you're enjoying the video, please tap the screen to give it a few likes so the TikTok algorithm will send it around to other people who may be interested in programming, data science, research, machine learning, AI, and awesomeness. Thank you so much for the likes. So we can see the maps were properly included, BTP. The topic map was included, great. This is all looking as we anticipate. Now what I would like to do is delete my temp file. Copy this updated script. I'm going to click into make expanded, Command A, Command V, Command S. I'm going to refer to the git diff, and it will tell me the lines of code that have changed. So here I can see the maps are added. These are what we expect. And here are the calculations that have been added. So there are 4 as we expect, and let's see if the expressions are correct. Okay, so we just do this map lookup on the author name. Good. Good, and they're represented as strings, which is important because you can see it's comparing and it's casting to string. Okay, for the March GPT model, Oh, Damood says, thank you for no music. Appreciate. You got it. Yeah, sometimes I'm in the mood, sometimes I'm not. Today I'm not. It's helping me focus. This is my second research stream of the day. I took a mental break and had some gas left in the tank, but not enough to play music at the same time. Okay, topic to March GPT model map. So we pass the topic and default to false. Great. Is written by GPT. That's just if the author is GPT. Great. And this is for each participant ID, is it? Where's this participant ID coming from? We need to be in some sort of loop. Okay, we're reading it off the row. And it's a DF row, so we can do that. Okay. And then participant expects GPT is assessed likelihood and it's greater than or equal to 6. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Okay, so now let's run the script and look at the CSV diff. So Python 2, and then we're going to make expanded. And I can tab complete that. Okay, so now I can see on the left pane, the expanded CSV has changed. And I would like to see 2 new columns, because remember, 2 of those columns were already there. Okay. Let's see. Did it also shuffle them? Double clicking on the left is the pre-existing file, Command F, Command V on the right. And I can see that it's the rightmost column in both cases, which means that it must have put these new booleans either nowhere or to the left of them. Yeah, so there's the is March new one, is participant the author new one. Great. I don't expect reordering on the participant ID, so we have 2's up top. Great, so let's compare the values. The far right values should remain because those far right columns, 1 and 2, it preserved both of the far right columns actually. So the 2 rightmost values should be the same. Yeah, it says, how should I prepare for my computer architecture and discrete structures class starting in 2 weeks? I have no idea. I don't have a computer science degree, and I could tell you how to pass a system design interview, but I have no idea how they teach it in uni. Okay. So false, 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 false. We're just sanity checking and scanning with our eyeballs basically here. Looking at those right 2 values. Let's say line 6 we can see is a false true, false true. Great, looks good. These are looking good to me, and I see 2 insertions on each row. That's what we expect. This looks good to me. Looks good to me. Okay. So I'm committing these, and the feature is calculate 2 new bools. Calculate 2 new bools. Push that up. So now that we have these, we should use them for regression analysis. Oof. So here is make table 2 regressions. And I don't know that I need to even change any of the code. So let's just run them. They may be included in the specification by default if the specification is use all columns except those excluded, which I think it is, if I'm recalling correctly. So it performs a difference, right? So it takes the data frame. Here we take the data frame columns and we join the difference. And this is using the R notation with the tilde. So it's it's going to stringify the variable names of all features in the data frame except those explicitly excluded. So it should just pass in from being added to the CSV, which is super nice. Okay, so I ran the poetry run Python 3 make table 2. So we should see a new table 2 here in our git diff. Here we are. This is the raw form, which is verbose. So this will be the raw output, and then we will massage it by hand into a acceptable form for the paper itself. And we can see we add the March GPT model is participant author feature. So we add these two, and then participant expects GPT false, which I don't know why that is now included. Let's see. So I'm thinking this is it only included in like one of the models? Okay, it's only included in one of the models. Interesting. Let's check the CSV. I wonder if it's nullish somewhere. Here I'm going to right click the expanded and I'm going to try to view it as a table. Maybe edit CSV. So edit, it'll open. Ew, this is hard to read, isn't it? Expanded.csv. Edit CSV. Okay, I think I clicked something wrong. Anyway, so we're looking for this column name. Oh, what a slow search. Are you seeing that search? I wonder how they implemented search. This is using a plugin. This is not VS Code native. So it eventually found that column 15. And is there like an empty response at some point? Or maybe it was not encoded as a dummy. So we can check the encoding. Oh, yeah. What's going on here? This is the problem. This is the problem. This is an illegal value. Okay. Well, let's keep scanning through just to look at our other columns as well. It's these 4 columns. I don't want to see any zeros in any of them. There's another one. Okay. It's still the same column though. Let's go ahead and lower this standing desk. All right, so we're going to coerce the, we're going to check the code, but I think we just need to coerce those to booleans. Okay, great. So here's make expanded, and that column name was, I forget which one. Participant expects GPT. Participant expects GPT. Ah. I thought this was a scale of 1 to 10. Why are they putting 0? Let me review my question here. Rate the likelihood on a scale of 1 to 10 that the article is written by GPT-4. And a bunch of people said 0, which is illegal. Bummerville. So let's make sure that's the case. So here, participant expects GPT-4. Assess GPT likelihood level. So that's this 1, 2, 3, third column, this yellow value here, and we're scrolling through looking for zeros. And in fact, we can look up the participant ID of the offenders if we want to, if we just can't catch them by scanning quickly. Yep, so here's one. So 21. 21. That was super illegal, dude. And let me confirm in the source data. So here's participant ID 21. Yeah, they put zeros. Thanks for the follow. Quick reminder, you can go to YouTube or Twitch. Link is in my bio and see the full screen. This is Bummersville. All right, so I'm going to need to call that out in the paper, but that's fine. Here, and just add an or clause. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Having done that, let's run our table making again. And I should expect one fewer entries in the result table. So here's the regressions. Here's the raw output. I want the get diff form. So there's the March Boolean, great. Participant author Boolean, great. And participant expects GPT is still here. It's still here. What language is that? This is a plain text. This is plain text right here. Oh, because I didn't remake the data file. That's the issue. Okay, so let's rerun the data file, and here I can see 21, the offender is corrected from 0 to true. From 0 to true, and wow, that's not the right thing to do. If they said 0, they don't expect that it's GPT. Oh, golly. Okay, I think that is... I think that's fine. What is this project about? Can you have tattoos and not cover them in this line of work? Yeah, sure. Why not? What's this project about? We are trying to understand the research productivity implications of using GPT-4. All right. So let's do the make the expanded data file again. Checking over here, and I can see my zeros become a false. That's what I like to see. Now I'm upping twice to make the regression table, staging the code change, staging the data file change. Kenny, what's up, Kenny? Good to see you. Right-click, close others. Let's click on the regression table. And finally, the unexpected Boolean is absent. And we do expect coefficient changes. Those are all fine, and indeed maybe even some significance changes. In particular, I think we expect to undercut the effect of the Austrian topic negative. Expect to undercut that effect. Great. So let's take this raw table, Command A, Command C, and we're going to massage it by hand. This is the final TXT form. And the fashion in which we do this is we're dropping the standard deviations. Let me know in the chat if you know, but I don't know a way of stats model to hide those by default. I guess I could do a Python filter, and just kind of delete these in the code itself. Maybe that's smarter. But basically, I just have to hide those them by hand, which my understanding is that's norm in writing these papers. We're also going to delete the participant effects for brevity and the author effects. Thank you for the follow. Quick reminder, if you are on TikTok, you can go to my bio and click the link for YouTube or Twitch to see the full screen. Okay, so here is the, and then standard error in parentheses is not true. Okay. So let's look at this table diff. And I wonder what happened to the overall model power. So the R squared goes up, and the question is what happens to the adjusted R squared and the information criterion. So the adjusted R squared has gone up in all cases, which means we meaningfully added signal. Archie says Archie, thank you for the follow. Archie says you make 100K salary software engineer. No, I make over 300K. But what I'm doing right now is not related to my day job. So this is actually what we're doing right now is research in data science and data analysis. This is not really software engineering. Okay, so we can see that the R squared went up in all cases. The adjusted R squared also went up in all cases, and the information criterion decreased, which is a good thing. So lower is better for AIC. Cool. I think that's exciting. Author custom writings. Oh, I guess, okay. That's two more author effects. Let's get rid of those author effects. What uni did you get your CS degree? I don't have a CS degree. I have a PhD in economics. From George Mason University. Could you just create a program that would delete the line if there's, yeah, you probably could. You probably could. Okay, and then I'm going to participants and author fixed effects excluded for brevity. This is like a byline that I'm adding as my own sort of custom caption. PhD, yeah, that's right, a doctorate. Do you know what a PhD is? Okay, so here we are. Let's convert this plain text output of the stats model table summary into Markdown. That's why you make 300K. No, it's not. I have plenty of coworkers who make about as much as I do, and they have a variety of degrees ranging from bachelor's to PhD. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I do have a coworker with no college degree. Maybe I do, but I don't know that. I'm majoring in CS. Good. Glad to have you here. It's an excellent choice. I would say if it's too difficult, don't give up on programming. You can program even without a CS degree. So hopefully all goes well and you enjoy your professors in your school. But even if the program doesn't go well, I've heard from many people that their CS degree didn't go well. You can still program anyway if you'd like. Okay, so we'll copy this markdown form. I don't know, Chief. I pray for my mental health. King John, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'll pray for your mental health as well. Please pray for mine. And I also selfishly pray for my own. It happens. It happens. So does the table look well formed? I think it does. This byline is messed up. Okay, we can fix that easily enough. Let's look in the git diff. And here we can see, right, basically there should be no. Yep, basically it should look like that. Cool, looks good. Yeah, Archie, hang out. Good to see you here. I hope you'll follow the page and hang out. There's also, if you go to my bio, latterly.io, free and open source. It's a platform that helps you learn to code and land your next programming role, but it's also a social network. So even if you already know how to code, join it just for the social networking. You can expand the community tab and head out over to the Discord. Highly encourage you to do that. And frankly, even if you know how to code, a lot of great programmers are not great on the job search techniques. So you can sign up for free. You can check out the checklist. And maybe you're a super genius and maybe you know how to code and you know the job search and everything. Please come contribute. It's open source. We would love to benefit from your wisdom. Jay says, I'm applying for master's in CS next fall. Awesome. Best wishes. T Meisters says, almost done with a full stack coding bootcamp. Any type of jobs you recommend I should go after? Hella. The answer is hella. There's no less than 10 job titles that you should check out. Full stack eng job titles for job search. I'm assuming you know JavaScript and TypeScript because it's not possible to be a full stack engineer without JavaScript, right? Unless you're like one of these Android Kotlin developers calling yourself full stack, which, okay, yes, sir. Okay, great. So JavaScript developer. I mean, the first thing is like full stack developer, right? Full stack developer or full stack or full stack. You may need to search for all of those because of the way that the job search engines parse job titles. It's super annoying. I apologize. I know they didn't consult me when LinkedIn created it or Indeed created it or whatever. Actually, I think Indeed did make me a job offer. I just didn't take it. Neither here nor there. So full stack. And then same for front end developer, or front end developer, or front end developer. So you'll need to search for all of these. Back end, ditto, okay? And then we have JavaScript developer. Then we have TypeScript developer. T Meisters, do you know React? I'm hoping that you know React. So you can say React developer, Vue developer. Angular developer. Now you may say, hey, John, I don't know React or, I don't know Vue or Angular. That's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and apply anyway. If you know React, something like 2/3 of employers hiring for an Angular developer will still consider you, even if you don't know Angular. Let me say that again. Even if you don't know Angular, something like 2/3 of the employers hiring for Angular developers will still consider you if you know React and you don't know Angular. Pro tip, that's why you follow me, right? Ashoop Singh themed. What are we learning today? Well, we're doing some research, but I'm taking a moment to address a question in the chat. So a question came in the chat. If I have a full stack coding bootcamp certificate of completion, I'm hoping you have the portfolio to go with that. Then what job titles? It's Addy for short. Okay, Addy. I like that. That's a great name. What's up, Addy? Thank you for being here. So if you have a full stack portfolio, basically, you should also have the portfolio at Teamisters. I hope you have the portfolio. And if you need any help making it, like, hit me up. You can check out the Discord and we'll be happy to help you. So once you have those credentials in place, what job titles should you look for during the job search? And the answer is there's at least 10. Okay. Tyken says, I have a backend portfolio. Awesome. Congrats. You're not going to be able to access all of these job titles, but you will still be able to access many job titles. Addy says, I have 15 plus years as a solutions architect with Bell. That's awesome. And solid company, right? Solid company. Okay, so then there's also web developer. What else do we have? Software engineer. Software developer. Programmer. Cool. I think these are the titles you'll be looking for. I think these are the titles you'll be looking for. Yep, that's everything I can think of now anyway. Hey, I just learned Firebase. What are your thoughts on it? I think Firebase is mid. I'm not a fan of Firebase. Supabase, Postgres over Firebase every time. Check out Supabase. Teamisters, awesome. I'll make sure to join the Discord as well. Great. Yeah, thanks for doing that. And thank you for asking the question. I'll make a TikTok about this as soon as the stream is over. And I know that people will benefit from this question because I've gotten this question a bunch of times before, actually. Let me go ahead and drop this on the Discord in case I forget. Thoughts on the current job market? It's not great, but it's getting better. It's not great, but it's getting better. This is actually a fantastic time to learn to code because by the time you are ready to seek the job market, there will actually be a bunch of jobs rolling out in H1. That is Q1 and Q2. That is the first 6 months of this year. Like maybe not this month, but don't stress. Clay says, love it. Thanks for always giving back to the community. You got it, Clay. I appreciate the support. It means a lot. All right, let's get back into some data analysis, shall we? I see a few people joined on the TikTok. Thanks for being here. And if you go to my bio, you can see the YouTube and the Twitch link, and you'll be able to see the full screen. Tyken says, someone says that software engineering is the stepping stone for DevOps. Is that true? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Some people go directly into DevOps. It's possible. I would not recommend that. I highly recommend building software and then getting into DevOps from there. Because what does DevOps even do? What they're helping is build and deploy software. It helps so much if you are able to actually. What is DevOps? DevOps is people who build and deploy software. So there's something called the software development lifecycle, and there are a few steps. Basically, after you write the code, what do you do with it? How do I get this code accessible to end users? And DevOps is super crucial for that. And you can see over here, there's analysis, design, implementation, testing, deployment, maintenance. So DevOps specializes in 5. DevOps specializes in 5. So these are going to be people who work with GitHub Actions a lot, Jenkins, code pipeline in the AWS world. I know a little Python. Cool. Got to start somewhere. All right, speaking of Python, let's get back to it. SCCM. I don't know what that means. I'm sure I've heard it at some point, but I can't recognize it offhand. So we'll go ahead and stage these files. And then what's the feature here? The feature is the updated regressions. Updated reg tables. It's a deployment app. Okay, cool. All right, great. So we have our updated table. Let's go back to our notes and the paper. So here's the paper. Double click to pin it. Close the other tab. Double click to pin it. And let's return to the to-do. So we have the is-own author flag. We did that. Analyze May versus June model. That's what we're doing now. So here, I'm going to say next, I am going to provide you some content about GPT-4 productivity variation over time. Please summarize the article. So this is an article summary task, very common task for GPT-4. And I can even say, please summarize the article in an academic and scholarly tone. Are you using an Apple Magic Mouse? No, I have the trackpad. Love Your Fate says, hi, fellow nerds. What up? Nerd gang, pull up. Joey says, is Flutter good? Flutter is good. Flutter is good. I don't recommend it because I think other things are better, but on the good, bad scale, it's good. I do prefer React Native. You know what? I'm asking it to do this summary task, but there's just not much to summarize. Like, what benefit is this even giving me? Also, I want to summarize the source academic article, the study. So I want to summarize and refer to, oh, whoa. They pulled off archive? Is my internet down or they pulled off archive? Or the URL is busted maybe? Researchers from Stanford and Berkeley. Let me look for this snippet. Maybe I'll find it. Whoa, did they pull the study? Stanford pulled a, yo, Stanford has been, all right, I'm not going to go there. Oh, we found it now. How weird. Okay. Ling Zhao Chen et al. Use another AI site for math. GPT gets it wrong sometimes. Yeah, chat. Okay. GPT-4 with Code Interpreter is fantastic at math. When people talk, this is exactly why I'm doing my research. When people talk about ChatGPT is bad at math, they are using GPT 3.5. That needs to stop. It needs to stop. It's unfair. It's a straw man. We need to Iron Man ChatGPT, not straw man it. Yeah, picking on GPT 3.5 is like beating up the little kid at the playground. Like, it's not cool. Tyken says I use the free version. I encourage you to use GPT-4. GPT 3.5, for me, is not even a good use of my time. It hallucinates so many things. All right. But when people are trying to build on the forefront of science, you're not going to do that by beating 3.5. Like, no one cares. We beat 3.5 a long time ago. Lots of people have beat 3.5. You're going to build on the state of the art by beating GPT-4. Okay, so what is the proper citation for this? Cool. This is the one I need. Thank you for the likes. Let's see if I can just provide the URL instead of copying and pasting. Summarize this. I mean, I guess that's the point of an abstract. Why am I asking it to summarize it? But I will anyway. Do you tick? Maybe. Like, I'm not medically diagnosed or anything. I think I'm just, yeah, maybe I do. I don't know. Summarize this article in an academic tone. Ear analyzing. What is it doing? What is this? Does this really work when it says search like that? What are you doing, man? Shouldn't it be using the web browser? Why does your thing analyze? Yeah, I don't know. It's like bugging. It appears that I'm currently unable to access external resources. Can you not browse it as a web link? Maybe it thinks I'm trying to upload or something. That's so weird, dude. Okay, I'm gonna download and upload. Attach the file. Yep, yeah, exactly. That's the next thing to try. All right, we're reading the document. By the way, if you're liking the video, please make sure to tap like so that the algorithm will send it around to other people. All right, let's see. Investigates evolving performance of GPT 3.5 and 4. Uncovers significant performance shift in these models. I guess really I just need a one sentence. Is there a metric or quality assessment of the overall performance shift across task types? Does not provide a single metric or quality assessment. Instead, it offers detail. Okay, so they're going to say like it depends on the task, which is absolutely right. Like, and they're being sophisticated and accurate. Adarsh says, hey man, what are we doing? We're doing research. We're doing research on the productivity impact of GPT-4. I am interested in productivity impacts to research. What does the paper say about these tasks? Is it fair to say the paper notes significant performance decreases in a variety of tasks? It really doesn't want to say that it notes decreases. All right, let's read the paper, because I don't understand how you can have significant variability without having some locations of decrease. Very good at, let's see. Performance and behavior can vary greatly over time. For example, this one was very good at identifying prime numbers, but this one was very poor. Come on. That's irritatingly. So GPT-4 here, GPT-4 has done an irritatingly poor job of summarizing the paper right here in the abstract. Well, it goes to show we can't automate everything, can we? Okay. Let's get the citation. Here it is. So we are moving the discussion. Claude is better than. No, Claude is not. No, Claude is not better. Bro, what language do you use for your programming? For data analysis, it's Python. For software engineering, I use TypeScript mainly. So here we are in the background section. Background. Lots of research on language models, less on multimodal models like GPT-4. We know that AI task performance varies widely, right? Lots of discussion about, okay, so this is basically not captured at all yet. GPT-4 performance has notably varied over time. Flava Flav says, try it out. It will summarize better for a non-trivial token size. I have used Claude. I've used it substantially. It's incapable of tool usage. So you can't use it anywhere nearly as well for research purposes. It can't read and write Python. When it tries to write code, the code is garbage and is full of syntax errors. It's good at long token narrative work. I'll give it that. Okay, GPT-4 performance has notably varied over time. These people, what's the guy? Chen et al. Chen et al. Model Arena, Chatbot Arena Leaderboard project. What are you waffling about, Blood? I could go for some waffles, to be honest with you. Importantly, this model shift took place during the observation period for the present study. And as a result, we report a coefficient for performance shift relevant to our particular task in economic research. Okay, so here's Chen et al. Chen et al. To get on the chin, eh? Chen et al. And then the so here's the other rule. We can delete that. That's done. Here's the Chatbot Arena leaderboard. We can cite that. Okay. And then what about this other stuff? So we're going to draft that, but this is the part we're trying to move over. So analyze May versus June model. And these are the May and June so it's May and July Chat GPT versions using the March and June GPT-4 versions, GPT-4 model versions. One, two, three, four. What are you doing? Sorry, I just got here. Yeah, no need to apologize. Thanks for being here. So we're doing research. We are trying to understand the productivity impact of GPT-4 for the particular task of economic research. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lewis, thanks for the follow. Quick reminder, if you recently joined on TikTok, you can go over to YouTube or Twitch. The link is in the bio, and you'll be able to see the full screen. Okay, so this is some content that we are trying to move from notes into the main working paper. So here's the main working paper. And the goal is we want to get all of the content into the repository and then get a working paper draft done as soon as possible. So there's a little bit more that we need to pull out of this Google Doc into the repository. And then the repository has two locations. So there is this draft prep notes and then this paper body. Mahmoud says, hi. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for being here. GPT-4 performance noted. How are you? Doing well. How are you? So let's analyze May versus July Chat GPT interface versions. Right. So we actually already captured this line item. Item 2, we can resolve. What about item 3? There are plausible business reasons. D says, are you playing with a large language model? No, I'm using GPT-4, which is a multimodal model, which is importantly different in a superior architecture to a large language model, although it does have language capability. There are plausible business reasons why a company might ship a reduced performance model, but still we see a trend to improvement in the longer run. Right. Okay. So this is more related to the conclusion. And this is in the conclusion and future directions section, we're making the case that there is generative artificial intelligence performance increases over time. This one we already resolved. Okay, and so this one we will move into the conclusion section. So in the main paper body conclusion, okay. Future directions is not there, okay. Future directions, it's over here. Then let me keep it all together. I guess the notes are still in the... Can a subscription to OpenAI replace Cursor for development? I don't know which to pay for. I prefer GPT-4. Did Cursor get Turbo yet? Last time I asked them last month, and they didn't have Turbo. But maybe they added it over the, since New Year. I don't know. No good that there's two conclusion sections, is there? Is it? D says, I use GPT-4 and GitHub Copilot. Yep, me too. I like them both. Okay. I think that works for now. And then, so there's two conclusion sections here, and then we need to consolidate and move them over here. To do, the draft prep notes still has two conclusion sections. Thanks for the follow, D. Appreciate it. Hey, if you're liking the video, try to tap like whatever platform you're on, YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch, and that will help the algorithm send the video to other people who might be interested in research, data science, programming, and so on. Okay, last one here. Analyze May versus July ChatGPT interface versions. So this is just the nuance that the GPT-4 model versions reflect March versus June. So someone might come to my paper and notice that my observation period was in June. And then they might say, why were you impacted? Why didn't you just use the June one the whole time? And the answer is because my research was done through the ChatGPT interface, and there was a lag. There was a lag, so that even though I started my experiment in June, the ChatGPT UI in June referred to the March GPT-4 API. Does that make sense? That might be too in the weeds for this paper, but I'm going to hold on to the note, and then we can always remove it in a later version. Taken, thank you for the follow. So that would go under background or methodology. Where would it go? One of those two places, background or methodology. Let's put it wherever this is. It goes in the same place. Okay, background. Great. It goes in background. I think it's fine. Where was the Discord link again? Don't see it on your profile. It's at Latterly, latterly.io. And then at Latterly, it's under the community tab. It's right here. So if you are on my TikTok, you will see my social media link here, but you actually need to go to Latterly. By the way, this portfolio page is open source as well. If you would like one, check out the footer and you can use it. All right, cool. This, I think, completes our second task of the stream, which was to move one of those items over. And then we want to work on incorporating the Google Doc next. And my friend Patricia had a important tweet. Maybe I can grab it. Maybe that'll be easy. Let me see. Did I do a retweet or reply? If I did, that will make it easy to find. It was sometime in December. Sometime in December, I got notified. These are just me replying to people. Maybe I didn't reply to it. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that offline if needed. Is there a way to see when people tweet at me? I'm sure I liked it, didn't I? But I've liked so many things. Maybe it's going to be hard to find. Whoa. Okay, we'll look that up later. I was thinking maybe it would be easy to find. Notifications are simply just do an advanced search. Okay. Yeah. What is her last name? Dang. S-A-N-Z, I think. Yeah. So is there a way I can do an advanced search when she tweets me? Anthony says I quit Netflix. Whoa, is that true? If you Google Twitter advanced search. Whoa, we have to Google Twitter advanced search. Anthony, why'd you quit Netflix? Also, Upstart is hiring, so DM me if you're interested in that. Is this just going to do? Okay, this is going to do everything she did. But I want to know the ones like to me or whatever. There was mentions. Yeah, thank you. Awesome. I feel like such a boomer right now. From mentioning these, like me. I'm John Vanderveer on Twitter, if I recall. It's my handle, yep. Form a study group. Check out this paper. This is the one. This is the one. Feel, how do I say that? Feel XE. Shout out to our Feel XE on Twitch. Thank you so much. Okay, so here is the paper. Hayden says, "What's hiring? Your startup?" No, it's not my startup. It's the company where I work. Upstart, UPST. Ew, that's gross. Hold on. Okay, that's better, right? Totally unaffiliated with my social media content, but that's where I work, and I highly recommend it. So just call me Felix. Yeah, that'll be a lot easier. Thank you. Okay, this LLMs can product text, bro. Okay, there's so many problems already. First of all, GPT-4 is not an LLM. It's a multimodal model with language capability. It's a superior architecture to a large language model. All right, that's the first problem. Second of all, LLMs can product text. And then it says this is a living paper. And is this? And it's a photo of a paper. I'll search by name, maybe. K-O-R-I-N-E-K. Anton, help me out, Anton. Generative AI for economic research. Generative AI. Okay, so this is the one. Okay. Lays out 26 use cases for large language models in economics. Awesome. This is going to be super helpful to cite. It's a Dropbox. Can I just get the like, where's the paper? Do they have any roles for recent grads? I've got background in psychology with experience in data analytics and finance. Check the website. Check it. Upstart Careers. I don't know. I don't know what we're hiring for in data analytics. We're hiring stuff in data analytics, but I don't know which roles at what levels and stuff. But I know we're hiring in our data. We're hiring for the datas. Eric says, what would you say is the most promising starting position for a CS grad with no prior experience? Junior at Roblox. Junior at so check levels.fyi. Curious, what did you do your dissertation on? The economics of alternative post-secondary credentials. The return on investment to alternative post-secondary credentials, not the college degree, not a master's degree, but like a coding boot camp, certification, that sort of thing. So the end of year pay report is what we want to see. So yeah, I know what employers like. That's basically what my research is on. I know what employers like. That's cool. Thank you so much, Felix. Thank you. So to Eric in the chat, you want to see the levels end of your pay report. And then you're asking about entry level. And so this is where you want to be, basically. Jane Street, Figma, Roblox. I joked about Roblox, but like seriously. And you can see, like, some people will never make this much in their entire career. But you asked about the most promising starting position. And so these would be those, in my opinion. Plaid is really cool. even though it's like the bottom of the top, but it's actually a legit company. LinkedIn is really cool too. Oof. I don't know what this IMC is. Like, I don't even know. Jane Street is a finance company. I actually don't think that that's like super hot. I know they pay a lot, but I'm not impressed really. I would be Figma, Roblox, Databricks, LinkedIn, Plaid. I'd be any of those. Anyway. Back to the topic. Where's this guy's paper? Current issue. Ayo, here we go. Why didn't he just link here? Why did he link there? Is this the same thing I already have pulled up? Okay, yeah, cool. Thank you for the link. That was helpful. Gen AI has potential to revolutionize research. Oh man, bro, another one. It fits right into my work because my one of the points of my paper is in the academic literature, when people talk about ChatGPT, they keep referring to 3.5, the straw man, the weak kid in the middle school playground. They need to Iron Man it and talk about GPT-4. So I'm glad to have another paper to refer to that shows that, because this published last month. Bro, this is in AEA. Dude, if I get published over here, if I get published in the Journal of Economic Literature, I'm gonna lose my mind if they accept my paper. Okay, I actually need to contact this guy, like literally. Okay, I guess that's my target journal then. So one thing I was going to do later is target the journal. Tailor for journals, try one or few shot. Okay. Target journal. And then we'll use him as a ref paper. I'm going to actually lose my mind. Like, I might actually cry if they publish me. I'm not going to cry today. Subscribe so that you can watch me cry on a live stream in 4 months. Okay. Closing this. This is Anton. We'll keep a link to his personal site as well. That seems helpful. Actually, his tweet is up here, eh? So let's go follow his Twitter then. Darden MBA. Cool. Okay. The difference between 3.5 and 4 is so huge, it's insane, especially when working with theoretical stuff like game theory. I tested it with a cooperative game. Exactly. Exactly. It's a huge difference. Now, Felix, did you end up using the code compiler? So when you were playing games, did you actually have it run like Python, or was it just working through the language? Because the problem is the math doesn't work with the language. That's the problem. You need to run it through the code compiler. Is my experience anyway. Okay, so here is our paper. We added this piece. That's great. We have, sure, that's fine. And then we took out a bunch of lines here. Cool. And so what is let's do a docs here. And the improvement to the documentation here is move some of this discussion. What discussion was it? Like GPT-4 perf, or like move some notes to paper on GPT-4 perf over time. Cool. We might do 20 more minutes today, y'all, and then we will wrap up for the day. So draft the paper, revise methodology. We're not doing that right now. What we're doing right now, what was the other thing we're doing, is we want to move the Google Doc into the draft notes. I want to be able to stop referring to this Google Doc. Okay. Felix says it works sometimes with the language, but it's hit or miss. I made it do it using Python, and then I made it modify the code, present with pandas. Yeah. Pandas, NumPy, SciPy, Stats Model. These are the tools we love. If it can do it with a language model, great. But it's the reliability for me. Reliability maxing by having the reproducible code there. So plugin count over time. Let's just go ahead and verify this. Can I look at this number? This is from May 18, 2023. So this is 83. Okay, so this is the citation for May. Okay. As of July 4th, it now has over 610 plugins. Well, where's the citation, my former self? This plugin has been submitted, demo here. It's okay. So it was submitted in April. Okay. Demonstrates the functionality, which will be released soon. When was it released, though? March, April, May. Whatever. How many plugins do we have now? Let's open up a new one. New chat. No plugins installed. Plugin store. All. We're up to 130 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 130 by 8. Minus 1. 130 times 8 minus 1 is 8, 240, 1040, 1039. Is it? Y'all can check me on that, but I think that's right. Okay. Cool. And so we can basically I'll just be the source for that. Okay, cool. Thank you, Felix. Yo, Felix is carrying Twitch right now. I don't know if y'all are on TikTok, you want to go send them some reinforcements, but okay. Thank you so much. So we have a few points here. May, and we have the sort of kickoff. So we have 4 points and we can draw a graph. I think it's good enough. ChatGPT plugins are officially being rolled out to users. Yeah, when was it rolled out? When did ChatGPT roll out plugins? March 23. Okay, awesome. And it's in the release notes. That's a great citation. Introducing ChatGPT plugins. Today we will begin extending plugin access. Yeah. So March 23. But they had a non-zero number of plugins even at that time, right? Whatever. It's an approximation and it's not a key result, so we can approximate it at 0. They started with a lot of calories plugins and such. Really? Calories plugins? Is that a typo? Diet stuff, seriously. Oh, okay, cool. There you go. There you go. Today, the plugins we are rolling out with are, so we'll call it 3. We'll call it 3 because it says the plugins we are rolling out with are. So there you go. You got, if you look at the official announcement, they have some example. OpenAI.com. Hi.
You want to watch the last 20 minutes?
Sure, let me wrap this up. Okay, so here's the official announcement, March 23 versus, this could be better than the release notes, I think, yeah. So, yeah, this is great. Now, what about the 3 is browsing here? It says browsing here, okay. So is it these plus 3? Is that what I'm understanding? There was the browsing and the third party and the code interpreter. Okay, so these are the third party ones then. So it'd be these plus 2. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 2, so they rolled out with 13. There are 2 plus third-party plugins and 11 of those, so a total of 13. Well, that is a notable difference from 3, isn't it? Because if you start at 13 and you move to 80, versus if you start at 3 and move to 80, the angle there is substantially different. So yeah, worth noting. Hey, y'all, I'm going to wrap up. Wifey got home. We're going to watch some TV. Thanks for being here. I hope you liked it. Follow the page. And hey, cheers to getting a draft done later this week. And that'll be, I'll have a working paper on SSRN for y'all to scan if you're interested. Talk to you later. See you, Felix. Thanks for being here.